Why motivation fails and what actually works. Welcome to Peak State Habits, where we help you rewire your habits, reshape your identity, and unlock your highest self using science-backed systems. Today, we're tackling a myth that has held millions of people back from real change: motivation. You've heard it before. If I just had more motivation, I'd go to the gym. If I was motivated, I'd finally start that business. If I felt like it, I'd wake up early. Let me be clear. Motivation is a lie. It's unreliable, it's inconsistent, and it fades. If you're relying on motivation to change your life, you're playing a losing game. Let's break this down. Why motivation fails. Motivation is an emotional state, not a strategy. It's dopamine-driven. It spikes when something is new or exciting, but it crashes the moment things get hard, boring, or uncomfortable. That's why New Year's resolutions fail by February. That's why gym memberships spike in January and ghost by March. Here's the neuroscience. Motivation lives in the mesolimbic dopamine system, a brain network involved in reward seeking. It rewards anticipation, not discipline. So when the reward isn't instant, your brain taps out. This is why relying on motivation keeps you stuck in cycles of false starts. What works instead? Identity, systems, and environment. Let's get tactical. The people who succeed long-term don't wait for motivation. They build 1. Identity-anchored habits. 2. Systems that reduce resistance. 3. Environments that pull them forward. Let's unpack each. 1. Identity-anchored habits. This is your internal compass. When your habits come from who you are, not what you feel, everything changes. Instead of saying, I should work out today, you say, I'm someone who doesn't miss workouts. Instead of, I hope I eat clean this week, you say, I nourish my body like an athlete. This removes decision fatigue. You no longer negotiate with yourself. You act in alignment. Dr. Joe Dispenza calls this elevating your personal reality. You become greater than your feelings, your old self, and your excuses. 2. Systems that reduce resistance. James Clear said it best. Environment is the invisible hand that shapes behavior. Let's look at two people. One has their workout gear laid out the night before. The other needs to find socks, charge headphones, and drive across town. Guess who's more consistent? Not because they're more motivated, but because they made it easier to show up. This is called friction design. Remove friction for the good habits. Add friction for the bad ones. Examples. Put your phone in another room to sleep earlier. Prep meals in advance to avoid impulsive eating. Block distracting apps during work sessions. Discipline doesn't beat design. Design creates discipline. 3. Environments that pull you forward. Willpower is overrated. Environment is everything. Surround yourself with people and spaces that normalize the behavior you want. Join a gym with a community. Work at a cafe around focused people. Follow creators who inspire you to level up. Here's the truth. You rise or fall to the standard of your environment. So design one that matches your identity. The show up anyway rule. Let's talk about consistency. Here's a simple rule that high performers live by. Don't break the chain. Even if it's a tiny version of your habit, show up. Too tired to run? Walk for 5 minutes. Don't feel like journaling? Write 1 sentence. Low energy? Meditate for 2 minutes. The goal isn't perfection, it's evidence. Every time you show up, you cast a vote for your identity. That's the compounding effect of self-trust. Neuroscience of consistency. Here's what's happening in your brain. Every time you complete a habit, you activate the reward circuit, releasing a hit of dopamine. The key? Pair the reward with the action itself, not the result. Instead of waiting to feel proud after you've lost 10 pounds, feel proud when you finish a single workout. Instead of feeling accomplished only when you finish a book, celebrate every 10 pages read. This rewires your brain to associate the process with pleasure, making it easier to stay consistent. The truth about feeling like it. Let me say this loud. You won't always feel like it, but you don't need to. The people who change their lives aren't the most motivated. They're the most committed. They don't depend on emotion. They depend on identity, systems, and structure. They know the mood will follow the movement. Action, emotion, identity, repeat. So next time you say, I don't feel like it, ask yourself, who am I becoming right now? Daily implementation plan. Let's put this into action. Every morning ask, what identity am I stepping into today? What friction can I remove from my habits? What one action proves my commitment? Even if it's tiny. Write it, say it, live it, and track it. Use a habit tracker, journal, or even a simple calendar. This is how you compound wins and build a peak state over time. Final thought. Motivation is a spark, but identity is the fire. If you're tired of waiting to feel ready, start acting like the person you want to become. One small action at a time. This is how habits become character. This is how discipline becomes identity. This is how you become unstoppable. If this video helped you, subscribe for more weekly tools to master your habits, your energy, and your evolution. And let me know in the comments, what habit are you committed to, regardless of motivation?